Look, man, just because I was drinking and you weren't doesn't give you the right to be a douchebag to me.
Which one
I
of us
think
are
it
you
does give
talking
that
to?
right.
I mean, you,
Both.
Brad, you're the most aggressive one right now.
I'm never aggressive.
Brad, all you
I'm
are
the
is
voice of
aggressive.
reason. Eh?
Okay.
Oof.
Making
That's
some mango level fucking arguments here.
yeah, well, what do you
Okay, well,
mean mango level? It's just gonna be dumbed down to your mom.
No,
your
your
mom
mom.
or he's
Exactly.
hacking, one or the other.
Ex- He's hacking your mom or know you, and that's it.
I know you.
Welcome to the Mere Nonsense podcast, where
Oh my days.
Brad hates his job, so he releases all of his anger on me because I've been drinking for the last few hours. And then
I release my anger on you because you're always drunk.
Billy, being the submissive type, doesn't really defend me. He just joins in. It's
Damn
like
right. Fuck you.
it's like that new TikTok where dude is just getting jumped and then his buddy comes in but doesn't actually do anything. He does the opposite of helping him.
Think of it as payback for
Sounds like a Key and Peele skit to me.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Early
he's drunk,
tangent.
so
It'd be a
this
quick
is
one.
gonna go downhill very quickly.
Early
Not
tangent.
at
What's
all.
your guys' favorite Key and Peele skit?
Okay.
Um,
It would have to be between the rapper one where like he's in the interrogation room and they're just playing his music where it's just like him legit just admitting to like killing people in his songs, but he's just like
yeah.
that's just a song. It's not actually me admitting it. It'd
Mhm.
be between that or the episode where it looks like it's just bros hanging out in the living room and they're cracking a bunch of jokes, but Peele's character can't laugh for some reason. And then Key's character just keeps on nudging him for a while to like, fucking keep why you doing that? Because his way of laughing is actually just like, fucking and then just like next to a bunch of fucking shelves with DVDs and he just like grabs them and throws them off the shelves and then they're just like, what? Why are you doing that? And then like later on until they finally get him to laugh, he does some weird alien screech to the point where it kills everyone in the room. And that was it. But yeah, it's between those two.
I like the one where it's the two fighters and they like keep going to like the pre-fight interview and the one guy's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna just beat his ass. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna give him a 1-2, gonna count to 10 and then it's done. And then they go to the other guy's like, I am going to crush his soul. He is going to feel the wrath of God as I slit his throat. And then each time it like keeps getting more and more fucked up. And then who is it? Peele's character just keeps going like, this guy knows we're just like amping up the fight, right? And then I think at the end he actually comes in and he like starts to attack him. What about you, Bulaki?
Yeah, Boo
Oh,
Locky.
there are a couple ones that I definitely liked. Like the was it East West Bowl? Both
That was
of
good.
those. Or the substitute teacher class
Oh,
ones.
if someone says some silly ass name, you will feel my wrath.
The
Now,
most
Oh, Sean
iconic
Hennessy's
one.
office.
The most iconic one, yeah.
Mhm.
pre-
Um,
present.
but I think my favorite one has got to either be the one where they're texting each other, and he's like, "Do you even want to go?" Oh, how considerate. Yeah, I'm fine whenever. And he's like, "I'm fine whenever." What? Oh, it's on. It's on.
Or what about that
That the
that skit with the pizza delivery where
I
the
was
dude is having like the craziest like situation ever, thinking he's like actually talking to someone that he loves. I forgot how it went.
well he fall so it starts with the guy fat ass character is Peel ordering a pizza and he's just like, yeah, can I get a uh whatever one large pizza with whatever toppings, and then pretending like he's talking to a party like, oh, you want two? No, three? All right, can I get three of those? could also get 4 sides of, and it keeps going on with that. And then I think it's something where like he makes up this like girl. He's like, yeah, I got this girl over or whatever. And the guy on the phone's like, oh, what's her name? And then like he starts like making up all of these stories about her. And then I think I could be making this part up, but I think he just kills her over the phone, like pretends to kill her over the phone or some shit.
Jesus. Oh yeah, that's right. That's exactly how it went. Because then the guy that's at the pizza place, like when he finds out that she dies, he just goes crazy. He's like, no! He's just like crying his eyes out.
Yeah.
Not knowing that there's just some random fat dude creating a crazy ass story just to get a fuckload of food from them.
Great. Right. I love Key and Peele, dude. I love that apparently and I said, bitch. Apparently that went on for the entire series. And that actually was like the last skit that they did, like to end the entire series, where like I think it might have been back in the car where they said it, and then it ended with that. And I think the wives actually heard him and did something about it. But like that was like an ongoing joke throughout the entire show.
I never really watched that show. I mean, I didn't actually have cable. I had cable in random moments in my life.
But get it. You grew up poor, dude.
Look, man, white privilege is a crazy thing that you don't want to admit. So here we are, Brad.
I fully admit I had white privilege. The fuck?
Yeah, we'll see about that, pal. It's only because you're being put on the spot. Anyways.
Sure.
So, for the most part, I only watched those skits on YouTube. I never really like watched it on TV per se. Like, it was what, like an hour long episode or a half hour long episode?
Half hour, usually, I think.
Man, and those guys started at from what I remember, they started on Mad TV. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show. Mad TV was pretty fucking funny growing up with it, because it was on Fox. It was usually like at 9 or 10 at night.
I never really watched it. Do you guys remember The Man Show?
Never heard of it.
No? What a shitty fucking show. So it's just like a show for like dudes. And it's like the intro is like girls jumping in like bikinis and shit, and like dudes with beers and stuff. And it's the most dude thing you could think of, and it's so fucking dumb.
You know what?
They just called it The Man Show. Oh, and like they had things where it was like sex facts and stuff about men, but they always made it like funny and stuff like that. But yeah, stupid.
Now that you explained it, I do remember hearing about it. Still never watched. Yeah,
I just remember that coming on at like 2 a.m, and then I always stayed up just to watch the intro with the bikinis.
Let's go.
Reason to stay up.
Just like when you were 6 years old, everyone's sleeping, you turn on the TV, and the Girls Gone Wild infomercial comes out.
Yeah.
Classic, dude.
It's like, oh my god, I want to go buy this.
Right. And now here we are, OnlyFans.
Ever tell you guys I accidentally bought one of those? Not like the DVDs, but like I accidentally bought like a pay-per-view one.
That's amazing. No.
And I legitimately thought this is how it works. So, again, horny little fucking 10-year-old kid, whatever. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go find boobies on TV or whatever. There was one of them that like they would black out the screen and then you would like click the middle button to like get more info. I was like, oh, let me look at the more info, and it bought it. I don't know if I hit it twice or what, but it bought it. And then my mom one day saw it on their bill, and then she started yelling at me about it, and I was like, oh man, I feel bad because I didn't actually mean to buy it. But then I hunted for it, hoping I could find it if it was actually on.
So
because it was one of those you had to. It was back when when you had like the expensive cable with like the 800 channels or whatever, where you had to buy a pay-per-view, but you had to watch it still live. Like you would buy it, but it would only be on from 1 to 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Oof. I don't know. When did you guys get a phone? At what age?
I got my first like Nokia brick phone at 6th grade.
Yeah, I got
Damn.
mine like 7th grade, and that's because I had to ride a bus to school.
My brother got one when he was in 6th grade. So that was like when we were in 3rd grade, 4th grade, something like that.
Phones existed back then. What the fuck?
And he got a Nokia as well. That was back when you were also able to like customize the way the phone looked with their
Mhm.
cases. It wasn't an actual case covering, it was just the phone itself. Like you could rip off the enclosure, the case itself that like, you know. And he would always like spend money and like get a new one every now and then. But dude, he would spend so much money on that fucking phone. Like he would buy games like Splinter Cell or Prince of Persia, which were always like the same shit. It was always that fucking 2D style game where it was just running from point A to point B, climbing some random shit. And those games were fun as fuck. And on top of that, this was before there was like unlimited service and stuff like that. So you had to pay a monthly subscription for a certain amount of time. We'll go for example, like maybe like I don't know, 10 hours a month. We'll just go with that for now. He would always go over that, and one day he went over it so fucking far that my mom saw the bill. She got so fucking mad at him. She grabbed his phone and just broke it on his head.
Oh,
A fucking Nokia phone broke on my brother's
Oof.
big ass head, bro.
So my phone, it had like, you couldn't go over, like you would pay for 300 minutes, and you had to
Mhm.
like put in the code into your phone or whatever, and you get 300 minutes, and that was it. And I wasted so much of that on texting. I would so my parents would give me 300 minutes a month, and then I would blow through that in a couple days or something, just like texting
Mhm.
people. Um, and that was back when like I was like had like my first girlfriend at the time, so I was like trying to talk to her all the time and stuff. Um, and I so when they switched over to actually having a plan, there was a girl from middle school. I think I knew her in like 7th grade, and then she started texting me in like 9th grade.
Mhm.
She apparently lived in Paris when she started texting me.
Oh boy, international charges.
Let's go.
Couple
Let's go.
$1,000s. Couple
Oh,
$1,000s.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yo.
My
Oh
parents
my
were so fucking
god,
mad. I got my
dude.
phone taken away for at least a year for that one.
Jesus
The worst I
Christ.
ever did was like click on the fucking on the like the web browser button and started using the web minutes where it's like $5 a whatever.
Yep.
You click on that, you're like, no, no, go away.
Yeah, I didn't get a phone until like late 8th grade. And that was when I don't know what service you guys had, but my parents had T-Mobile. They've always had T-Mobile for like the longest time. But that's when they introduced My Faves, which was choosing like a top 5 or a top 6 numbers in your group that weren't T-Mobile, because anyone that had T-Mobile at that time was free minutes and all that. But anyone that didn't have T-Mobile, you could put them in your My Faves and then, unlimited everything with them. But then everyone else, you had to like watch how much you're talking to them. Um, so yeah, I lucked out when I did get a phone because I never actually got those situations where you can't go over this and you can't go over that. No, it's when it started turning around to like everyone getting unlimited everything. So
I got in so much trouble with phones, dude. So when I used to date Sierra, um, I used to I would take the wireless home phone, and I would talk to her after like 9 o'clock at night or something. And my parents always caught me doing that, and I kept getting grounded for it over and over and over again, but I just kept doing it. But like there was a time where like 1 in the morning, her and I are talking on the phone, and all we hear is, and like you can clearly hear the third line set up, and her and I just went dead silent and then hung up. 100% got grounded again next day. They fucking knew. They fucking knew. because they grounded me from my cell phone so often. I had to do that with, and then I of course I didn't have any of the minutes, so then I had to resort to using the home phone, and then they always fucking caught me with that.
Brad's a madman, always trying to work around his parents. Like, I think this was ninth grade. We went back when Radio Shack was a thing. We went there and he got like an MP3 player, and we would go to my house and we would put all the bad music that his parents wouldn't let him listen to, so he would hide
Not
it from
even.
them.
Yeah, the
Oh,
MP like
God.
this was an MP3 player, Billy. Legitimately, like, you know, a little square about yay big, and all it had was a next, a back, and then a volume button. And I used to go to Z's, and he used to use LimeWire, and I used to just rip all the music from his LimeWire account onto that thing.
LimeWire and Pirate Bay, Brody. Let's go. Dude, I fucked up my PC in high school because of Pirate Bay when my brother finally checked it. So, like, for people that didn't know, Pirate Bay was the fucking mecca when it came to, like, I guess, like, illegally downloading things, whether it was movies, music, TV shows, stuff like that. And there was a thing called leeching and seeding. So, seeding would be when you have the thing downloaded, it was your choice whether to still process this good information to where people can leech off of that and get a better download. So the more people that seed their product that was already downloaded, the easier it was to leech off of it and download it themselves. And I never knew that. All I did was just download a fuckload of things, dude. And my brother checked it one day. I'm like, dude, you're fucking seeding every single thing. No wonder your PC is slow as shit, dude.
Right.
But
Right.
it got to the point where I had to like do just a complete reboot on the PC because it just couldn't handle all the stuff that I was seeding anymore. And yeah.
My mom fucked up multiple of her laptops because she was the type of person that would install all like the cursor things and like click on the little ads where like you can get like this new browser or whatever, but then it would download like a bunch of things in the background. She went through like two PCs in a or two laptops in a year because of that kind of shit. She's like, "Why is it not working?" And I, like, even as a kid, I knew it's like it's all this shit you got running on there. Like you look at her browser tab, and you just see like a bunch of little, you know, things pinned on there, and it's like that's why.
Yeah. And all the fucking parents would be like, they will just like, well, I never did that. I don't do that kind of stuff. Like, parents, I don't know about you guys, but my parents will shit on me. And then, you know, when I get older, they'll be like, hey, I need your help with this. I'm like, you told me I was stupid for this stuff, and now you need my help? How the turntables.
My favorite was, and still to this day, is how my parents absolutely shit on me for having a MySpace and a Facebook, and I got grounded for, you know, that kind of stuff. Now they're obsessed with Facebook. Like my mom posts every single day.
Yeah. It's it's like a phase too, because now I mean, to this day, a lot of the parents like to use the MySpace like effects and stuff like that to their pictures or to their comments and stuff like that, where it was just like those animal memes or the animal
Mhm.
gifs, I mean, as comments. It's just like animated stuff that just it all died with MySpace, and now that the parents are finally on Facebook, they brought that old shit with them, and nobody uses but them.
So my
MySpace
mom,
is such ahead of its time.
yeah. I honestly I wish I could have like music and shit and like different backgrounds on my Facebook, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But my I lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, it having being able to like change your backgrounds and all that shit was great because like you could like, you know, depending on your mood, you know, I'm gonna have like something sad in the background with like a dark background or whatever. Other time, like, so for me, I always had some like, you know, Bullet for My Valentine shit going on, and
Oh yeah.
don't talk to me right now, dude. I'm not in the mood.
Flip my hair.
Flip my hair, dude.
Did you ever have any of those
Oh,
situations, Billy?
Which
with
kinds?
your parents?
When you
Oh,
flip your hair
I was gonna say we're flipping hair.
every day, dude.
my
No,
my
Billy had
dad
crew
is
cut up until
all over
now.
fucking Facebook.
Now Billy's got
Actually,
that
no.
Guido long hair that he's got.
I used to have my hair so long that when I'd be walking down the hallway in middle and the beginning of high school, like kids would think that I was a girl. I'd have a couple guys come up and hit on me from behind.
Get on
Me
you
and
from
Like,
Vlad.
hey
behind.
girl, you looking fine. I turn around and be like, thanks.
Sup, dude?
I
I remember I was gonna say.
think so.
So Elon Musk bought Twitter, right?
Let's
Fucking
go.
who cares? Whatever. Don't be an Elon Musk fucking dick rider. So, but my mom posted something on Facebook saying like, "Yeah, Elon Musk
Oh,
bought
God.
Twitter." Why do you care?
Right.
My mom has never fucking touched Twitter in her fucking life, and now she's like, "Ugh."
She probably
like-
just read like 3 articles that said, he's going to bring back free speech onto Twitter. And then, that brings in all the conservatives and they're just like,
She also doesn't like the
Fucking-
fact that the old CEO or whatever current CEO, I think he like put money towards like a Democratic run in the presidential elections or something. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, who
Right,
cares who owns Twitter?
Right.
Elon Musk bought Twitter so he could stop getting bullied.
Well,
Whenever
would
he
you-
posts
so-
Getting
something,
bullied,
people
what do you
are
mean?
would
always,
you would you
I-
would you consider this progressive in conservative terms? Because like the fact that they had to get a Southern African to buy Twitter and make their free speech a thing, is that progressive for conservatives? Kind of seems
Yes.
like it.
I guess.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah.
I just don't get Elon Musk dick riders because people are just like, oh, Elon Musk is gonna, make things like it's like fucking Trump. He's gonna make things great again. But like, look at all the things that fucking Elon Musk is fucked up. Like his boring company never actually took off. Like that thing almost doesn't even exist anymore. I'm pretty sure Tesla just recorded like one of their biggest net losses ever.
They
You know-
haven't brought out the fucking Cybertruck, and they started pre-orders back in like 2017, I want to say.
Right.
It's been 5 fucking years, dude. And on top of that, you're probably one of the only few companies that actually did something during the beginning of the pandemic in 2020. So I mean,
Right.
like, well, what the fuck was the point of all that if you weren't even going to bring out the Cybertruck at least? So I don't know what he's done. I
don't
haven't
wanna
actually
get
gone
too
out of my way to
political.
look into it, but yeah, it's whatever.
I don't want to get too political, but I don't understand conservatives and riding the dicks of people, of millionaires and billionaires who didn't earn that money themselves. People are like, oh yeah, Elon Musk, self-made man. It's like, nope, his parents owned like a fucking emerald farm in South Africa. he was born into being a fucking billionaire. Like, that's not how that works.
Mhm.
They're just like, oh yeah, but he's gonna, look after the little people. Why would he? He
Right.
doesn't fucking care. Like, I will say he's not Bezos. He pays his Tesla employees a livable wage and shit,
No?
but still, back to when, Billy and I had our own podcast together. Fuck billionaires.
Right, dude?
Is that what it is, Billy? Fuck billionaires.
Yes.
That's it?
Specifically if their name is a Z in it.
I
Bezos.
can't really.
Fuck Bezos.
There we go. I know Billy's just trying
Exactly,
to
we're
shit talk
getting-
me, but
We're getting back to what Brad was going with before. Remember,
Elon Z Musk.
look, man, fuck politics. I don't really give a fuck about that. But CinemaCon just rolled around in the last week
Ooh.
or so. I don't know if you guys even care, but I really liked the first movie, Avatar. And supposedly they're going to show the trailer for it, the second one, in the Doctor Strange movie. So I actually can't wait for that.
I will go see it, and I imagine it will be average like the first one. The first one looked great. It was a fantastic looking film. It sounded good. You know, it's like one of the first movies that really like popped off with Blu-ray. You know, um, eh. It's a very plain Jane story, and the man takes 16 years to make something that mediocre.
I mean, it's really
Right.
all about the CGI that they do. That story wasn't all that great. I mean, it
Um,
wasn't. It wasn't anything special per se. It was just a really good movie. For me at least, I really did enjoy it. Especially at
and
that time for like an entire season before that movie came out. The only entire CGI movie that I've seen with like big names and stuff like that was that Beowulf dog shit fucking
Beowulf.
movie. Yeah. Where like everyone's takeaway was like, oh, he fucked Angelina Jolie when she had a long fucking tail. Like, oh, that's really your biggest
Great.
takeaway, dude? Like, good for you, dude. I was a kid wanting to watch that movie, and I never watched it until like maybe when I got out of high school. I don't know. But when I finally watched it, I was like, yeah, this movie's dog shit, dude. Like, there's nothing good about it. But yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked for that trailer. I like they definitely do take their sweet ass time. I don't know exactly what it is that they were waiting to do with this movie that took so fucking long. It's been what, 10 years? But hopefully it was worth it.
In semi-related news, Legends of Tomorrow was canceled after 7 seasons.
That's not bad. 7 seasons, that's not bad.
I'd say it's a good run. I just don't know if they like gave it any kind of definitive ending, which I doubt they did.
That's a big thing. Like, even like everyone's been like everyone with a right fucking mind would want any show that's been canceled. Like, if they're four plus seasons in and they gotta cancel a show, give it a definitive ending, because at the very least it will give some sort of closure to all the hardcore fans.
I haven't finished it yet, but at least they did that with Lucifer. Lucifer was canceled, and then it got picked up by somebody
Mhm.
else, Netflix or whoever, and then Netflix, I think, finished it out, right, Billy? Like they
Yep.
got it to an ending.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
they
they
just
got
did.
it
I'm sorry,
to
go
a
ahead.
real good ending. No, you're fine.
That's
Yeah,
what they
ended it
just
real good.
did with The Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Billy saw the show with me. Not like that show was canceled after 2 seasons on BBC, and then it was picked up by Netflix, and Netflix
Yeah.
gave it 3 more seasons. Up until their 5th season, they finally canceled it, but they actually gave it a definitive ending, and
Mhm.
that's what a lot of fans really just want. Honestly, like, they love their shows, and if it's canceled, well, then fuck. You know, a lot of people understand. But a lot of people will be happy as long as it has a good ending to it, and not just like, oh, we're just gonna leave it on a cliffhanger and just, you know, never fucking talk about it again. So people just go up
Shit.
with these like fan theories and stuff like that afterwards.
Shit on Green Arrow as much as you want, but they at least finished it.
Yeah,
They at least wrapped it up.
yeah, they finished it.
Same with Supernatural, I guess.
But do we know if they finished it because it was time for it to end, or because Stephen Amell didn't want to do it?
Probably a little of both.
Because that's
Yeah,
what
I'm
pretty
sure
much
he
happened to Supergirl. Supergirl got pretty far, and the fact that it got that far, and they still, you know, ended it. I personally believe it was for a very specific audience. They went into like 6 or 7 seasons, and they ended that show because the main actress herself, I think it's like Melissa Benoist. I never knew how to pronounce her last name, but she just became a mother, and then she was just like, you know what, I'm done with this. I want to be a fan. I want to be a mother. I want to enjoy time with my family and stuff like that. So they ended it.
Speaking of that, Andrew Garfield announced that he's going to take a break from acting
Really?
to get live a little bit of normalcy. is kind of how he's described it,
Right.
which good for him. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
sad to not see that there's going to be an Amazing Spider-Man 3 now, but you know, it's okay.
Right.
I mean, I don't think too much of it. Like, especially, we were going into right before Infinity War. There was some interview at some point with Chris Evans where he was going to quit acting and just become a director after the Infinity War saga was over. But, you know, now he's about to be Buzz Lightyear in the Lightyear movie.
Is that Chris Evans? Okay,
Yeah. Chris
Yeah,
Evans
he's
is
Buzz
the
Lightyear.
main character, yeah.
interesting.
Which I
I'm
can't
low-key
fucking
kind
wait
of
for.
excited for
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
I don't
Did you guys ever watch the old Buzz Lightyear movie?
the movie?
One with, yeah, the movie,
Was
The
Zurg in it, right?
animated movie?
animated movie. It was all about Zurg.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I vaguely remember it, but I definitely remember more the TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're going to do with that movie, but, you know, if Chris Evans is in it, I'm pretty hyped for it.
did you guys watch Toy Story 4?
I don't think so. No,
Nope.
actually, no. I've only seen memes for it. Like
Yeah,
that fork where he looks at Woody and is like, "You're trash, just like me."
I've only ever seen the spork.
Yeah.
So I don't even actually know how people liked it or not.
I mean, the third one was a good ending because
Third one was sad as fuck.
yeah, Andy went to college and then the kids or
Mhm.
the toys just stayed back and watched him leave.
You guys
Sounds
ever
like
see
a really
that?
good episode.
You guys ever see that? Like someone animated a clip of Andy coming home as a college kid, and then you just see him getting head in the shadow,
Mhm. saw that.
while the toys are just looking in awe.
Oh my god. I did see one that it was a YouTuber that Billy showed me. I forgot what their name was, but it was animated. And Andy was going crazy and he was just like, "I know you guys are fucking alive, so I need you to fucking move." And he was like trying to destroy all the toys, and they finally showed themselves, but the stipulation was if they show themselves
They
to
get
someone,
cancer?
they get cancer.
Why would you do this to me?
That was
Is that the same guy who did the Bugs Bunny like?
Yeah.
Oh, it stinks.
You got a real tight man pussy on you, don't you?
who was that
Yeah, that's the
YouTuber?
same one.
I don't know.
I don't know. He makes all kinds of jacked up videos like that. Like there's a Bob the Builder one that he's got.
There's a group of those guys that that popped off on Newgrounds and then became editors like that, or like creators like that. And like Oni, he's one of the big ones. And then they actually, so I don't know if you ever listened to Charlie talk about this, Z, but they all of those guys that like were a part of that made their own podcast
Oh shit.
and called Sleepy Cabin.
Oh no, he showed
and
us
if-
that yeah.
If there is a podcast that just makes no sense of just people talking random shit back and forth, that's it. And I think they got pretty like
They
dark
got-
with some of their stuff, so they had to edit out a lot of their shit. So they'd be talking about a weird fucking topic, and then there would be a clear, hard cut to them just talking about something completely fucking different. And you could tell that they just had a 2-hour argument about whatever they were talking about before.
Right.
That was actually a great podcast, and they stopped.
Yeah, that was when he showed me that, there were multiple times where I listened to that. It was I never understood where they were going with whatever they were talking about. But
Yeah.
man, was it fucking entertaining. And can we talk about too, what a wild fucking time internet videos were before YouTube was the mecca for videos. Like we're talking
Newgrounds was
E-Bums World. I don't know whatever other shit you guys watched, but oh my god, they were just all
YouTube was
kinds
my
of
introduction.
crazy videos, dude. There's
I watched Pornhub before I watched YouTube.
there's an artist called Puddle of Mud where they made a song called "She Hates Me," and
Hates me.
one of the first videos I saw in eBum's World was a parody version of that song, and instead they were talking about this girl that was into bestiality. So the song was just going back and forth between her doing bestiality and her hating him, and that was my introduction to eBum's World. Was that?
Jesus.
And the-
Sorry, Meat Canyon.
yeah, those were the guys. Yeah, for YouTube. Meat Canyon. I want to say that was probably the only video I saw at the time, just because I just stumbled upon it. Yeah, that fucking Toy Story video was wild from them.
Yeah.
But going back to eBum's World, there was this video one time at band camp. My brother and I saw one. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about this, but it was like a little, like, think of that dot for like that Pong game, and just going through like a maze, and like each maze just gets like tighter and tighter. Like if you hit the wall, it's over and you got to start over. And then it gets to a certain point where dude's about to win, and then the Exorcist picture comes up in a huge like scream with it as well. Man,
Yep.
that terrified the fuck out of me and my brother. We could not sleep that night when we saw that.
That shit traumatized me, man.
I was like in 4th grade when I saw that, dude. That shit was wild.
You ever see that video where they got like this thing on the TV? It's like a maze. They're having this little girl go through, and
That's
they're like, all right, like you have to follow the maze, and then it's a similar pops up and scares the shit out of the girl.
yeah.
When they do that to the little kids, when they do it on purpose to the little kids, like, come on, man. Let them stumble upon it by themselves. Don't fucking throw them into the fire.
Someone showed me that maze game when I was doing it, and the way it works is the first maze is supposed to be like big, and like you're able to just kind of go through, and then it gets smaller, so you gotta kind of like get closer to the screen. So then when it pops up,
Or that video with the long car drive in like some sort of rural road.
Yep.
And then some dude pops up and just screams at you.
Mm-hmm.
That was
You know what
another
gets
classic
me
video.
now? Not a jump scare, but what gets me now is this the video of the guy hitting a baseball and it just slingshotting right back at the camera.
Oh,
Fucking
fuck,
makes
yeah.
you jump every time. I hate
The
that shit.
Reddit, the subreddit Don't Flinch.
Yeah.
Fuck. I used to have this phase where like they were on a roll and they were constantly posting on it. And I would go through my phone and like sometimes I wouldn't watch what subreddit this post was from. And then it happened. I'm
Yep.
like, fuck. I just flinched.
Billy, do you know the TikTok audio going around right now where it's this guy who's like, "Hey, they hit the Pentagon! They hit the Pentagon!" It's supposed to be funny.
I don't think I know that song.
No, it's one of the guys from that Sleepy Cabin podcast, and it's part of one of their bits. It's actually really funny, but
Oh shit.
it sounds really bad because I can't do his voice right. But I promise you, it is very funny.
So going back to jump
to see
scares, when was the last time you guys were actually, I guess, terrified of a movie?
Of a movie, I was gonna say 2 days ago, when Kara was at my fucking bathroom door when I stepped out and I got I almost shit my pants again. But a movie? Oh man,
I want to say Insidious.
Open House.
I want to say Insidious for me at least. That was like, what, back in like 2011, maybe.
Something like that. Oh, Open House.
Anyways, Billy.
Oh shoot! Last time I was actually scared from a scary movie.
Insidious is up there. Maybe Conjuring. One of the Conjuring movies.
It's a good question.
That movie would have been 100 times more terrifying if they didn't have the clap scene in the trailer. But at the
True.
same time, that's probably what reeled a lot of people in to watch that movie.
Yeah, I agree.
That second one,
Name the last good horror movie you've watched too, though.
good horror movie.
Good horror movie.
Uh, from the last time I watched it, first time I watched Alien back like in 2020. First time ever I watched it. That
I'm
movie
just,
was awesome.
I'm just saying, name a recent good horror movie.
Like recent as in the year recent? I don't
Yeah,
fucking know, honestly.
there
Same.
haven't been any good recent horror movies. Also, you wanted to watch Event Horizon, and I am fucking down.
I really enjoyed the second Annabelle movie a lot more than the first one.
What was the
I
plot of the second one?
The second one was pretty much the beginning, like the origin story.
Right when the girl got hit by the car at the very beginning.
Yes, and the
Yeah,
father was
okay.
a doll maker, so he made Annabelle. And then after the daughter died, they made their house slash ranch into a foster home.
Right.
But before it became a foster home, in the process, in between the daughter dying and the foster home, they made the Annabelle doll, and then the Annabelle doll was possessed, and they both the parents thought that it was their daughter, obviously, and then one day something happened where the doll or the demon, whatever it was, just fucked up the mom. So by the
Yep.
time they end up opening up the foster home, the mom is just bedridden the entire movie.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the one that played the mom was actually Eowyn from Lord of the Rings, the one that killed the Witch King.
Um, the newest Annabelle was dog shit, if I remember correctly, though.
Yeah, I think we
It's the
watched
one
it
where
together.
like in the 50s and 60s or 50s or 60s. And
Yeah,
it's
with the
following
babysitter.
Winchester. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the way that they were connecting
Oh,
it.
that was Conjuring 3, wasn't it?
Well, it was Annabelle, wasn't it?
I think it was The Conjuring 3.
Well, they both of them are out. The third one, Annabelle Comes Home, came out before Conjuring 3, but they were both with the Warrens story. The Annabelle movie had to do with everything going on in the Warrens safe room that they have all those like possessed items in. It had to do with
Oh,
that. And then the
I'm sorry.
Conjuring 3 had to deal with
The case
yeah, the case that they were
of
working on. The Devil Made Me Do It.
the devil was inside the kid, and yeah. That
Yeah.
one was also dog shit.
Right. Um
Sad.
But yeah, that second one, just like actually the Ouija board movies, the second one turned out to be the origin compared to the first one, and the second one actually turned out to be a lot better than the first one. I never
Well, I
watched the
think
first
they-
one, and I saw the second one, and it made me want to watch the first one.
I think they knew that they fucked up the first one and had to like retcon some stuff.
Right.
But me and Charlie watched the first one and it was dog shit. So then we
Right.
watched the second one. And the second one was surprisingly good, and it made the first one even better.
You know what still kind of holds up, even though I've only watched it like once technically, and it was with you and Charlie when we watched The Exorcist.
Yeah,
That was goofy, but it still kind of holds up.
I never really got scared in those kind of movies, but I can still agree with that. I just don't understand the people of our generation. I don't understand the people of our generation that say it's scary. Now when that came out when my mom was a kid or younger, that was fucking terrifying to that generation of people
Right.
because that was like one of the first like horror movies.
Yeah, that was before, I want to say before horror movies came out on the yearly basis.
Right.
And now they're almost always trying to put something out either during the summer or during Halloween.
One thing that I learned is horror movies go to die if they come out in January. That's where all the bad horror movies are supposed to come out at.
Yeah.
Apparently, Scream was not good, and it came out in January.
A lot of people didn't like Scream.
Would
Yeah.
you say that for any movie unless it's a Marvel movie? If it comes out in January or February, like, is it really that good or important?
I would say that it's very possible that January could just be bad for movies because you just got done with the high of the holidays.
Right. No one really
Um,
wants to spend money.
Yeah, and then Marvel movies they really pick up because they're coming out at the beginning of summer, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say
Mhm.
that's a. I mean, the obvious time to come out with a horror movie is October.
Right.
And everyone's in the festivities.
Yeah,
They've come
but
out with like some horror movies around September or like late summer when they were still pretty good.
yeah. When is that new Halloween movie gonna come out? I want them to fucking finish it. That second
making
one that
another
you
one?
didn't watch with us was so stupid.
What was that one? Halloween Kills?
Kills.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah,
Billy just sitting there predicting everything that's about to happen, and then just go, "Oh my
It's called
god!"
Halloween
Some of the stuff we
Ends,
couldn't
and
even
it's
see
actually
coming.
supposed to come out this October.
Oh, well, there you go, Brad. This October. Watch party?
Fuck.
So who the fuck knows
Watch
if
party.
that's an actual thing or not? Because I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like lately trailers for movies haven't actually come out till like a couple months or a few months before they come out.
Some of them weeks.
Like
I feel like
what Thor came out a few weeks ago. We're about to get it in like 2 months, 3 months.
oh, the trailer, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, something like that. I do kind of miss like getting hyped up for movies. Like you go to the movie theater and you're like, oh yeah, coming this fucking holiday season, and it's like, oh, only February. And they're like hyping up movies for like 10 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You know what
maybe
movie-
that is a better idea, just like hyping them up like a few months beforehand.
I think it is. Unless it's a. I mean, by Marvel can get away with anything. So
They really can.
they could come out with a trailer for a movie last year, not come out with a second trailer until like the week prior, and people will still be super hyped to see it.
Right.
I think the movie that sold everybody on Marvel was probably like Guardians of the Galaxy. Once Guardians of the Galaxy came out, people were like, "Wow, they can just make anything good, and this is fantastic." So now it's just, they could poop out a movie in a month, and then people fucking still love it.
Right.
Watch
know-
Moon Knight, by the way.
Yeah, no, you really should. It's really getting good.
This is coming from the guy that never watched Daredevil. I don't know, man. We'll see.
Also,
Okay, well, come
also
from the guy
Billy,
who has watched Daredevil.
No.
You should watch
You
it.
know what, Billy? I'll listen to you.
also Billy, Khonshu is not the first Egyptian god we've seen.
Nope.
It is Black Panther's Panther spirit. Black Panther was the first Avatar,
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I watched
which is
20
a like
20 minutes of
half
the first
brother of
episode.
Khonshu. Gotcha.
I was trying to watch the first episode during I guess lunch earlier, but I got carried away with some other stuff, so I didn't finish it. But
I hear Jake might or is like kind of making an appearance in the 5th episode, Billy.
Oh, really?
And the episode you just watched is Jake Lockley and not Mark or Steven.
Um,
Moon Knight, okay, so comic spoilers, Moon Knight has 3 personalities. Mark, Steven, and Jake.
yeah. So the episode that I just watched is actually like pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I highly recommend that you do watch it.
Yeah, I have to wait for care on these, so
Mhm. Yeah, it was great. There were definitely some things that I didn't see coming, and I mean, I didn't read, the comics, so I'm not exactly like an expert on it.
yeah, do I? I just go on Reddit and go through TikToks.
yeah, I
But
think we all do.
like, I was shocked. I was very surprised with what happened, and I was like, okay, like now I can see that this is gonna go where Brad was talking about, with the whole third personality stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I know we
Tried.
talked about it last time, but I just want to like bring something up because I saw a picture, and I don't know exactly if it's a theory or if it's just someone doing really good fucking work on that picture itself. But I saw a picture of Professor X, like his hand resting on top of that yellow like hover chair that he used in the animated series,
Okay.
coming from the movie itself of Doctor Strange 2.
You saw what I texted you, right? That they confirmed Illuminati
Yeah,
is in. Yeah.
yeah. And I'm
I
just
got that from the fucking Twitch commercial.
if if that version of Professor X is that Illuminati member, like holy fuck, a lot of people are about to lose their minds just for the sake of nostalgia.
Yeah. That'll be cool. Sorry. I was gonna mention this earlier. The guy who directed all of the Spider-Man movies was gonna work on Fantastic Four for Marvel, and he just walked out. He's not doing Fantastic Four anymore.
Oh shit.
Yeah, kind of sad because I think he would have done a good job.
Right.
Did you ever watch? So I watched the OG Fantastic Four. Did you watch?
I never
Was there
watched
one
that.
or
It's
two?
called Fantastic. I never watched that one, but I did watch the first two with, Jessica Alba.
Silver Surfer for the second one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that fucking second one was an abomination.
That second one, the Silver Surfer one?
Not
Or
second.
the
The second.
Fantastic? The one with Miles
Fantastic.
Teller?
Miles Teller. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've ever since it came out, I've always heard nothing but bad things, especially on Miles Teller. Like apparently that guy was just such a cocky piece of shit. Like when it came to making that movie, it just sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
the movie just never looked good to begin with. And then the fact that they made Doctor Doom in the trailers look worse than Doctor Doom in the first fucking movie, it's like, no, I don't give a flying fuck about that movie.
I hate that they always just automatically go to Doctor Doom first. Doctor Doom's supposed to be a BBEG. He's supposed to be the big fucking bad.
Yeah. It's
Why do you waste him?
I completely fucking agree with you on that point. But me being a guy that doesn't read those comics, I don't know what to say at that point. I'm just really hoping that now that Marvel's taken over it, they do something interesting with it and not just throw Doctor Doom into it. Like it's almost like the whole Batman situation, where as soon as a Batman movie comes out, they just can't help themselves but throw fucking Joker in there, dude. And speaking of that, actually, why the fuck?
Like Doomsday.
Why would they wait until the week after the Batman came out that they didn't even leak it. They completely posted that whole deleted scene between the Joker and the Batman talking in the I don't know, the visitors room or whatever. Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it's a cool idea, but come the fuck on, man. Like, so for anyone that didn't watch the movie, even though we just said, Joker's in it, the spoiler alert for the end credit scene, they did show Joker talking to the Riddler when their cells are next to each other. They didn't actually show the guy's face that played Joker. They just, had like a quick scene with him. I guess. I mean, yeah, he sells, but fuck's sakes. Like, Batman has gotten to the point where a lot of people have delved into his character, his mythos, his whole story, and a lot more people, including casual fans, are just probably like, hey, give us something else other than Joker. Which is good that they gave us the Riddler, but I mean,
give me Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, absolutely.
Good Mr. Freeze.
Give us Mr. Freeze. Fuck, that would be amazing, dude. He is definitely it's between him and Bane, because I really didn't like the way that they made Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. It was the goofiest shit ever, and they just made him look more like because of Tom Hardy's voice, he sounded more like a Nazi, that fucking German accent. It was crazy how much he sounded like a Nazi in that movie. But like, they definitely did. They did him bogus in The Dark Knight Rises, and I would love to see either a really good
First.
rendition of Bane or Mr. Freeze.
Just give me Luchador Bane again.
Absolutely, dude. Fuck yeah.
Talking about from was it Batman Returns or Batman Beyond?
Oh yeah,
which-
that one where they
whatever,
actually did
man,
use
like-
the Venom and Poison
Yeah,
Ivy
the
was in
Venom
it.
Bane.
Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go. Bring back the fucking the Venom to like make him even bigger than he already is. And actually break the bat.
Yeah.
Isn't there? It might be an animation, but I'm pretty sure there's a video of fucking Bane coming in out of nowhere and sneaking up behind Batman, picking him up, and then just crack and like fucking dropping him on his knee. And
Christ.
Batman's like, "Oh, my back! Why is it always my back?" He comes out and he's in like a wheelchair and shit, and Bane picks him up again.
Oh no. he fucks up the cripple.
I'm
Or
mad
it
with
happens,
how
like, 4
quickly
times.
Batman healed after getting his back completely broken
Oh yeah.
in The Dark Knight Rises.
Fuck, that was weird, man. Seeing that
Willpower, my
actually
man.
happen.
Willpower.
That's pretty much what it was. I'm just gonna hang from a piece of cloth and fix my back like that.
Batman.
Look, man, Christopher Nolan did some good shit with Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, but The Dark Knight Rises, that wasn't good. I mean,
Look, man.
it was good.
Batman solos your verse with prep time, okay?
Exactly. With enough
I
prep
hate, I
time.
hate,
another
I
video
hate
going
that shit.
around.
Everyone's just like, yeah, with enough prep time, Batman can beat anybody. It's like, shut the fuck up. Batman's not beating like Goku, you know?
Yes,
like
he
that,
is.
that's like the weeb term, but like
He
he's not beating
throws a
fucking
batarang down
Asta.
the middle.
You know
of
what's
Goku's
fucking hilarious
Kamehameha.
too? I actually, so I've read a lot of Batman comics in the last like 5 years or so. I've never seen him actually prep for anything.
Right.
And I'm just like, where the fuck did that term come from? Because all right, maybe there have probably been some comics out there where he's prepped for a bunch of shit. But for the
Prep
most part, he
time-
literally just goes into it. He fucking wings everything.
Prep time is specifically a who would win. Like there's a subreddit behind like who would win, you know, and then there's like obviously, you know, us shooting the shit, but like that's specifically where that comes from is who would win, because like it comes down to who would win with prep time. Would Batman beat? I think one of the big ones is L from Death Note. You know, could Batman figure out who L is, or not L, but Light, Akita.
Light, yeah.
Mhm.
Akita,
Kira.
right?
Kira.
Can he find out who Kira is with prep time or whatever? You know, like that kind of shit. Like that's where that term comes from, is just power scaling and shit like that. Who would win type deal.
That's so goofy because I really
That
do
is a
like his
good one, though.
character, but still, like he's
That is a good one though. Could Batman figure out who Kita is? And I'd say probably.
I definitely agree with that. He
But
definitely.
they did a
has-
really good fucking job with him in that entire TV show.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know. I like Death Note.
Just give it enough prep time, you know, he would have definitely done it.
I wrote down a couple topics and I just want to get through the rest of mine. The last one is all I have is that the word is flaming hot dew.
Flaming
Fla-
hot dew.
They came out with flaming hot Mountain Dew.
Oh, I saw that.
Holy shit!
Someone posted like cases, like they were in Walmart and they were just cases of it.
That
I wanna
sounds
try it.
fucking disgusting, dude.
And everyone agrees that it fucking is, and I really want to try it.
Holy shit!
That's all I have to say on the topic. I just
try-
wanted to bring it up.
Just fucking try and let us know exactly how that goes.
Well, so Kara, one time she went to, it was like a Bed Bath and Beyond, right? And for whatever reason, they sell like bacon flavored soda or ranch dressing flavored soda and buffalo dip soda. I tried all three of
That's
them. They're
fucked up.
fucking disgusting.
That's fucked up.
I'm
You know
the
what's
type of
fucking
person
gross?
where-
The fact that these Lay's potato chips have hung around for so long, and
Like
they
OG
come,
Lays.
yeah, and like And like they come out with these random fucking flavors. It's either that or Ruffles. They come out with these random fucking flavors. And the one that I've seen a lot longer than I feel like I should have is dill pickle flavor. And it's just like, who in the flying fuck is buying enough of
that
these
has
to
been
keep
a
it
thing.
going?
That has been a thing for decades, Z. That is like dill pickle chips has been a thing since before you and I were born.
Mind you, that also reminds me, Lovey Jake, our buddy Jake, when he had poker night,
Pickle shots.
he would try to get people to take these pickle shots. I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
I bought
Pickle shots are actually good, all right?
Kara loved it.
Yeah, pickle shots are good.
But I bought these like high so usually I get the ones that are come in like the small packages that are about 99 cents, but they're just diced or like chopped pickles, right? And the ones that I get are spicy. I get hot pickles. I found a whole fucking jar of just the sliced hot pickle ones, and they're so fucking good. I want to try a pickle shot with that.
Let me know how it goes.
You're gonna be there
You know what?
because you're coming to the next poker night.
Chase that fucking shit down with those flaming hot dews.
Bet.
Your
I will
balls,
die
you
of
won't.
heartburn.
We
No,
will-
but so poker night's in the middle. Next poker night is in the middle of my vacation. So I'm gonna try to get drunk. And Kara is getting a tattoo the very next day, and you're not supposed to drink alcohol before you get a tattoo. So she's gonna be DD.
Yo, let's go.
I did. Excited. What days do you work now?
Me?
Remind me again. Yeah.
Sunday through Thursday.
Sunday through Thursday. So you have Fridays like completely off where you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about anything. And then Saturdays you just have to go to sleep at a
Early.
reasonable time.
Yeah.
Right? So you're going to poker night.
Yeah.
You're getting fucked up with me.
We'll see. We'll
Who's
see
gonna drive
about
him
that.
home?
and then
You
we're
are
gonna
Billy.
wake.
You're coming
I'm
through.
gonna. I'm
But
gonna.
if I go,
Billy's
I
gonna
gotta
come.
drink too.
Billy's gonna come through. We're gonna fall asleep at your house, Z. We're gonna wake up. We're gonna watch Event Horizon. Boom.
There we go. You ready for this, Billy?
I am now
And-
asking for your financial donations.
And then after we wake up, we can do the Archer drinking show.
I'm never doing that again, dude. Like,
Pussy.
I will fucking die next time I do that. And Billy, just
That-
because he's got more problems than me, has been able to hold on to that and like actually go past a couple more beers than I was.
Do you mean like emotional problems, like his baggage?
Look,
Is that
for whoever here is not an alcoholic needs to understand the majority of us alcoholics, if not all of us alcoholics, really just drink because of the bullshit in our life and all the other bullshit that we got to deal with aside from that. And yeah, we get enough bullshit, we come home, and for some reason that beer, that fucking Jack and Coke, whatever it is that you want to drink, it just fucking hits different, dude. And we just
coming
want
from
to...
someone who has been sober for 5 years? You guys are pussies. Raw dog
Shoot,
it through
pussy.
life, dude.
Look, man, we can't even take that comment seriously until we actually see this guy drunk for once. So we'll see how that goes at that poker night.
I will try to drink. I will say that I will try to drink.
Because I mean, me and our old buddy Charlie would give Brad this. We would make this joke that, you know, Brad's pretty much on his deathbed because whatever would go in his body would pretty much slowly kill him. So
I mean, you guys aren't wrong.
he stayed away from liquor for the longest time. So here we are. Is
I have
is
been
Brad's
drunk and-
poker night going to be his last night? You know,
hope so.
tune in next time on Dragon Ball Bros or some shit like that.
Dragon Bro Z.
Dragon Brosy. But yeah, boys, if you got nothing else to talk about,
Nope, I gotta take a
this
shit.
has been the Mere Nonsense podcast. Thank you guys for coming, and deuces.